What's going on, everyone? So, today I'm talking about my career choice of biomedical engineering and was it worth me becoming a biomedical engineer? Now, when I first graduated from college, I was the first class from UTA of Arlington to graduate with a biomedical engineering degree. And the job market at that time was horrible. And I would like to say I didn't get lucky and with the high salary when I first got out of college. My salary when I got out of college was only $25 an hour with a bachelor degree. So, yes, is it worth the amount of time I put in there and to compare to my six-figure salary now? Yes, it is worth going to the degree. Now, there's different type of avenue you can go through, but let's talk about the pros and cons about becoming a biomedical engineer with starting with the cons. So, now, if you don't know what a biomedical engineer is, they focus on helping with the healthcare facility, providing high care or high quality care for patients. And it's a very rewarding job if you want to be in healthcare but do not want to work directly with the patients, or you want to work on equipment designs or on research. So it's a very high rewarding job, but the job market is very limited as not many people really hire biomedical engineers with a bachelor only. So you need to understand a lot of people wants to hire more traditional engineering route. So make sure you understand biomedical engineering is one of the more difficult degrees to get, and not many people will hire a biomedical engineer with a bachelor degree unless you go into a certain master program. Most likely you won't be able to land a job because they require a lot of effort. So, if you're trying to be a new grad in biomedical engineer and think you can get a job right away, unless you're going to take a tech job or a service job, you most likely will not get a job. So, job opportunity is very low and unless you get a higher degree. So, is it worth becoming a biomedical engineer? In my perspective, yes, because I really do enjoy my job. And what do biomedical engineers really do? Well, a very skilled biomedical engineer works in the facilities such as Stryker or one of the bigger giants like GE, and they build devices and learn how to integrate it with people and help them live a better life. So you can make prosthetic, artificial organs, medical instrument, or healthcare delivery system. There's a lot of different things you can do as a biomedical engineer. It's just very limited because, let's be honest, you don't need that many engineers to make a prosthetic, and you really don't really need that many biomedical engineers. And even though you'll see the job market is growing, but it's not growing as fast as people are graduating. So I tell you, hey, if you're gonna go into biomedical engineering, please pick what you want to do in biomedical engineering because there's research, design, and you can create a new biomedical technology company, anything you want to do. So there's a lot of different settings. Like I work in a hospital setting, I enjoy the hospital setting more. I really didn't like research and manufacturing. I have done all three of them, and research just felt like school to me, and manufacturing was just a bunch of projects, and it was just tiring doing projects after projects with the deadlines meaning to be closer and closer every single time you do something. So those are the reason, or those are the things that biomedical engineering do. Now, from the financial aspect for biomedical engineering, it is a great degree with a good salary. Even though I started at 50,000, a lot of people actually make more than that. So you can make a good salary as a biomedical engineer and you can pursue your education longer. I used it for a chance so I can learn more about um, the hospital setting because I wanted to be in a better setting where I can build devices to help people, like prosthetic legs and things like that. So, let's talk about the cons about biomedical engineering first. Number one, the degree requirement. Although the number one, the degree requirement. Biomedical engineering is one of the hardest engineering degrees to get a degree in, and many professionals who hold this position also pursues a master degrees. So if you're interested only getting a bachelor degree, it probably will not work out well for you. You need to go ahead and get your master degree, and you be able to land a better job. And that's pretty much how it works in this field. So you can pursue it only a bachelor, but more likely you won't find a job unless you're gonna do a tech level job or service level job. Number two, job outlook. In U.S., the Bureau of Labor and Statistics expect employee for biomedical engineer to grow only 6% from 2020 to 2030. While this number indicates there's a growth, it doesn't mean that you'll be able to get a job in there because theoretically other engineers can fill that role and it will leave you out of the position due to the opportunity in biomedical engineering field to be very, very small. So make sure you understand that the opportunity is not there for growth if you don't have a master degrees. Number three is your work hours. Now, whenever I did research and and product development, that stuff was very time sensitive and very long hours with no overtime due to being a salary engineer. So you expected work a lot of hours. That is a very big con if you want to have a family and have a very good work life balance. So this con is very big. So make sure you understand this. Number four, the task. Even the most important biomedical project is require a basic skill like data entry. Some biomedical engineering may not consider this task as challenging or engaging as other projects, but there is a lot of tasks when it comes to biomedical engineering. There is a lot of paperwork due to the FDA. So if you do not like paperwork, you will not like this job because it's a tons and tons of paperwork. Majority of my time a day is dealing with just paperwork and making sure we pass all the guidance and guidelines for local regulations and FDA and any other regulation that the government wants to put out. So number five, the brilliance of knowledge. Biomedical engineers are required to know a ton of stuff in the field, and it's just a lot of knowledge. If you're not very good at comprehending, understanding a lot of different things, you will not like this job because you have to know a lot. You have to know biology and engineering and how to integrate them properly with the right knowledge. If you do not, you're just gonna fail at the job, and that's a very hard thing to do. So a lot of people can barely pass the college course. Let you know it does not get easier when you go out in the field, when you start testing your own products and finding out the errors and issues, because there is no solution for your problem until you find your own solution, because a lot of the stuff is cutting edge you are working on, and you will have to find your own solution with no help with AI or Google. So number six, the risk of injury is very high due to having to work with hazardous material in the workplace. So you are probably working in either a high electrical area or a highly toxic area. So you may end up hurt or catching a disease if you don't follow the proper protocol. Because during research, you might work with cancer, HIV, or if you're doing product development, you might be working with 240 volts. So there's all different things you need to understand. Now, let's talk about the cons or the pros now. Now, the pro is the average national salary for a biomedical engineer is $82,000 a year. So that's a very good salary for based on location and position. So the average 82,000, and it does go higher as long more experience you have. So you can earn a very good living as a biomedical engineer, and that's one of the things I love about it. The salary is very good. Number two, you will always be relevant to the society. 'Cause as the average age in this country increase, they will need you and your expertise to fix the devices or improve devices to help with healthcare. So just like building a robot to help pick up patients, you have to build it for the FDA requirements. So they will need your help to do it. Or an illness comes, well, you might have to build a product to help the the items to help solve the illness. So you will have a lot of things to do as a biomedical engineer. Your job really doesn't die down, it just gets busier. But the issue about you being relevant is you are important to the company, and you're not irreplaceable because other people can fill your position if you get stressed out too easy. So you'll have a lot of work, and not just biomedical engineers can fill your role. They might have mechanical or electrical, counting on where you are working, or a biology major if you're working in research. So you have all these other degrees competing for your small niche job market. So you do have a high relevant, but a lot of different people can fill in if you're only doing one small particular role. Number three, the impact. As a biomedical engineer, you have one of the best impact into the medical field. The reason why is your skills and your understanding helps improve the medical equipment and medical devices used by people like pacemakers, and even something like someone gets their arm amputee and give them a prosthetic arm. You can build it and design it as you want and how to people liking. So you are the forefront of helping people with the technology side, and it's a great feeling. Four is engaging work. As a biomanager, you combine your skill and knowledge for biology, chemistry, computer science, and understanding engineers to help people in healthcare. It's such engaging work. You have to explain sometimes to nurses, doctors, how some product work, to how to build something better, because they're on the forefront helping the patient. You're on the back end trying to help them improve the quality of life for the patient and speed up their recovery time, or the speed up the surgery time to help these doctors to get more people treated. So you have a very engaging work. It never stops and is very, very rewarding. Number five, location and industry. Biomedical engineering has the probably the best job if you're trying to find a job, because you can work in hospitals, you can work in labs, you can work in manufacturing plant, you can work in research, you can work in product manufacturing. You have all these different locations you can work at. But the issue with all these different locations is a lot of other people do apply for the same jobs, and they may overlook you because they had to pay you higher because you come in with the engineering. So you are a plus and minus, and you do get an opportunity to work at a bunch of different locations. Now, number six is if you like to problem solve. This is one of the things I like about my job. I always get a problem solve, think of creative ways to fix things, creative way to overcome a certain situations. So problem solving is very rewarding for me. So that's one of the pros for me. So those are the pros and cons on biomedical engineering. So the salary, is it worth all the effort? Yes. The reason why I'm talking about this is because the salary now is rewarding enough for the education. Now, it is harder to find a job. I recommend getting a master's degree still, but you can start off your career at 70, 80K if you get a master's, and you can get a job at many locations. So, yes, the financial situation is worth it. Like and subscribe to my video, and that's all I got.